your team win on and off the floor. It just doesn't start on the floor. You gotta do all the necessary things off the floor as well. So that's where we are.
Jim.
What is your level of concern about just general player leadership that in the second week of February, make an NCAA tournament push, 5 guys do something to get themselves suspended?
Well, again, we have rules, and when you obey the rules, things gotta happen. And those guys were not it. I wasn't gonna let them play today, so we got to go back home and regroup and get ready for Michigan State.
Jim.
Well, first of all, Coach, can you speak to the duration? Is this just a one-game thing? And then secondly, Trey Galloway and his effort today, what did you think about him being pressed on the point and what he gave you before fouling out?
I don't know if it's a one-game thing or not. I got to make that decision if that's something I want to do when I'm heading home tonight. But I thought Trey Galloway played his butt off. I thought all the guys who played tonight played extremely well. Unfortunately, their teammates let them down by doing the things they've done. So we got to regroup as a team and start getting ready for Michigan State.
Mike.
Coach, how much time did you have to prepare for this particular group of guys to play tonight?
Just today, when we went to shoot around this morning. That's when I was able to prepare a little bit. And I thought, for the most part, we played our butts off. And I just think the fatigue set in because I just couldn't go anywhere else with our ball club. And you got to give Northwestern credit. They played their butts off the second half.
George.
Mike, personally, as the head coach of Indiana University, how disappointed are you?
I'm very disappointed because I'm strictly about team. And those guys in the locker room know I'm very upset about it. So we'll regroup. It's my job to get them ready, and we'll regroup and bounce back.
Tom.
Mike, why were they dressed and why were they on the bench?
Because they're still on our ball club. They're still a part of our team. They weren't deserving of playing tonight.
Justin.
Go back to the preparation point. How did you prepare Trey in particular for getting used to the point guard? How much work had he done with that? What did you have to do to get it ready?
Well, he hasn't played much point for us. Hasn't played him, but he handles the ball adequately enough to be able to, to get the ball up the floor and get us in sets. And I just think that the fact that he didn't have a relief tonight, fatigue started to set in, and he just didn't have much coming down the home stretch. Plus, he got in foul trouble, a couple of fouls that they called on him. I don't know if they were fouls or not, but they made the calls and he ended up fouling out. So, but I thought he played well while he was on the floor.
Last question, Matt.
I guess kind of on the other end on the bench, how do you kind of, given just the one day to prepare, how do you get some of the walk-ons prepared at the very end to say, hey, we might need you today, especially?
Well, the walk-ons are a big part of our team as well. I try to treat them the same as I treat guys that are on scholarship. They're part of the family and they're valuable as well. They go through practice every day and put up with me and the staff. So, I felt good. I just didn't go to them. I kind of limited it. I thought if I got in foul trouble, I had to use them. I would have used them. But we stuck with what we had until the end. But again, I couldn't be more proud of a group of guys that they played their butts off.
Last question, Joe.
How big of a missed opportunity is this as far as NCAA tournament resume goes?
Well, again, I'm looking at it as doing the right thing for our university and our team. When you talk about building a team, I'm building a culture here. I'm not here to mess around with guys that don't want to do what's asked of them. And if they don't, then they got to go. That's how I look at it. I'm going to bring players in here that want to be proud, wear their uniform proudly. That's what it's all about. Do all the necessary things on and off the court. It's not hard to do that.
All right, Coach, thank you.